To make your own planter, you need a hammer to get the nails out, a saw to cut up the wood, and a pallet breaker to break up the pallets, like this. The technique is to get it in between the planks and get a good leverage so you can pull the planks out carefully without breaking them up. It's knackering work though, so I needed a drink. You've also got to get all the nails out of the wood, so you've got to hammer it out and then pull it out with the other end of the hammer. Do this carefully. Treating the wood with wood seal or a special paint is really important. It will stop the wood from rotting over the life of the planter and really make it live longer. Wash your hands and the patio so you don't stain them. So before you start sawing the wood up, you've got to measure it out. So I measured each plank of wood using Apple's AR measuring tool built in to every iPhone, and I used it to measure the 50 centimeters along the planks, and I marked it off with a marker pen so I knew where to saw. And I did this on every plank of wood, not just the 4 you see in this picture. The app even allows you to model it in 3D. You can put your plants in and see how it looks, or just move around and see what the dimensions look like. Next, you got to do some hard work, sawing. I was absolutely knackered after this, just sweated so much. I would really recommend getting an electric saw. There's quite a good technique that I found. So once you've cut the wood flat, you then sort of angle the saw up a bit and you put pressure on the other planks of wood and you saw down like I am here. Now we get to build the planter. So we take the planks of wood and we attach them together in a frame using wood screws. The best way to do this is to get the wood screw and nail it in when the plank of wood is flat, and then put it on its side and nail it into the other end of it, and then the 2 planks are attached together. You do this on each of the 4 corners and then you have a solid frame. Then place the frames on top of each other and make sure they fit together. To build a solid structure, you've got to attach the frames together. So you've got to have 4 pieces of wood that you place in the middle of each frame and attach them on with wood screws to each level. A solid base is really important. I usually make my bases out of bits of leftover wood that I couldn't use, and here I'm just sawing them down to size and then attaching each end of the base to the frame with wood screws. Make sure you line your planter so it doesn't rot and get wet. Here I'm using old plastic bags that I've ripped apart and I just lie them down in the frame and attach them to the frame with old nails that I don't need anymore. Finally, put holes in the plastic bag so you allow for drainage so your roots don't rot.